Hello everyone, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to all my lovely subscribers. We're now getting up to 17, hopefully there's more to come. And today really I just wanted to talk about the year since I passed my test. It's hard to believe that it's been a whole year, but it has. And in that time I've learnt quite a lot about my bike, my riding style, and I've also gone through a set of tyres now. They've got 6,500 miles on them. I've been using the Metzeler Z6, and on Monday I've got an appointment to go and put some Michelin Road 5s on. I have to say that the Metzelers have been a very good tyre for what I've needed. There is still a bit of tread left on them, but they are starting to go a bit square, and I thought it was time for some new boots. I'm also today going on a different route rather than straight to Headingham, just because I need to have a little ride out and de-stress a bit from the week I've had. Luckily I've got a whole week off next week. Anyway, getting back to the subject of the video, my year of riding. When I passed my test, I did that in my CBT. I had 4 lessons, then I done my Mod 1 and Mod 2. I failed my Mod 1 on the first attempt because I was too slow on the hazard avoidance. So I sat that again a week later, and then my module 2 I passed that with 2 minor faults at the first attempt, and I haven't looked back. Bless the poor little bike, it only had 2,000 miles when I brought it on the clock. She's now reading at 8,603, and I have enjoyed every moment of it. There was only 2 weeks in the winter that I didn't ride because of the weather, and the rest of the time I've been out on the bike. If it's raining at home I won't set out on the bike, but if it rains when I'm out, it rains when I'm out. There's nothing I can do about that. And as a famous other vlogger would say, Teapot One, live your life and look after those who you love. And I certainly stand by that mantra. That was part of the reason why I went down to 4 days a week at work rather than 5. So I've got more time with friends and family and to do other things that I want to do. And I also enjoy travelling quite a bit, so that fits in with there. As the way I saw it was, as long as I had the money to pay the bills and then I had money to save to go on holidays, that's fine by me, because money is not the be all and end all in life. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again about other bits and pieces and not talking about my first year. I expect the lowest point for me in my first year was riding back from the Wild Bad Weekender in the absolute tipping rain. I think I rode 140 miles in just over 3 and a bit hours, and it rained for 2 3/4 hours of that. It only started drying out when I got back towards Cambridge. But even then, from Cambridge through to Yeldham onto Headingham, I had to be careful because you could see the rainbow patterns of diesel on the road. And I've also learnt to never trust anyone in a car, because you can always read that they're not going to see you and they're just going to pull out. Or the other one, and this is a funny one, is you're riding along at a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, minding your own business, doing 30 miles an hour, and then a car decides to overtake you because they don't think you're going fast enough. And they also try and push you through the speed limits to try and get you to go faster, and they get right up your chuff. But in the end I just do my own thing. and then just ignore them because they're stupid. So we're out here today coming down the road towards Bewers, and from here Bewers across to Whitecone and then to Halstead, then to Headingham that way. It should give me a long enough run. I also changed the oil in this at the weekend because it was 4,000 miles it was due. I put the same in as what I put in last time, which was the Shell AX7 10W 40 semi. It's what was recommended to me, so that's what I use. It's not massively expensive, but because it's Shell, you know that it's got that quality associated with it. And the bike hasn't missed a beat at all. In that whole year that I've been riding, it's not missed one single beat. I go to it every time it starts. It doesn't use oil, it doesn't use coolant. The only thing that I'm sort of struggling with now is that I've had this bike a year and I've had my license a year, and now I'm thinking, do I move on from this bike and sell it, or do I keep this bike and buy another one for the touring needs that I have? Because yeah, this can go touring, but it's not going to be mega comfortable. I noticed when I went up to Derbyshire that after an hour and a half my backside was numb, and I'm starting to look at things like V-Strom 650 Suzuki, same engine, but it's an adventure tourer, so it's a bit bigger, a bit more comfortable, a lot more wind protection. Or it's whether I can then push the boat out even further and go for the V-Strom 1000. My mind is still not made up, but equally I have been looking at other bikes that aren't adventure tourers, things like the VFR 800 or the other one that I really fancy is a GSX 750S, but that's not much different to this really. There's not much wind protection, it's not going to be great for touring, but we'll see. It's great, and you come out for a nice little ride and then you get stuck behind a bus. I should have realised, because this is the main bus route to Colchester from Sudbury. It's quite funny, a little back road like this and they have the main bus service through it. But it's a gorgeous sunny morning. I've also now got contacts at lenses in 5 days out of 7 every week. The trial was successful, I got on with them really well, and it has made a huge difference to me. But a lot of people will probably tell me that as I'm now 40, I'm having a midlife crisis. But this road, if you can get a decent lick on, is quite good. Obviously within the speed limit of 40 miles an hour. Let's see if I can dispatch some of these in front. I don't know if I'll be able to get by the bus. But you know what? Because it's such a nice day, why stress? Just relax and enjoy it. I had a great time at Crazy Horse the other week, as you've seen from the video that I made, and I was really impressed with the quality of the footage from my mobile phone and also the gimbal that I used. The gimbal was just a Mind's Eye gimbal from China. It was 50 quid I think it was, but once you get to grips with it, it does a decent job. The other thing that helped is that I obviously plugged in my separate microphone to the phone rather than the internal mic. That made a difference. But equally I wasn't quite sure how to edit that one, so I did a mixture of music over the top and background noises of people chatting and just looking at bikes, and my oh my, what a selection of bikes there was. The other thing that I will do is I will go back over to Crazy Horse, not necessarily on a bike night when it's busy, but just do a quick video tour of the shop to show you the bikes they've got inside, because man oh man, they're great bikes. They've got MV Augustas, they've got the new Fantics, they've got the Indian dealership just around the corner. And they've also got some nice custom choppers as well. But that's about it for today, guys. As I say, it was just going to be a quick vlog update about my first year of riding, how I found things, and just a general catch up really, because I haven't done a general catch up vlog for a little while now. I'm not sure how popular they are. I know they're not as popular as the bike meet videos that I've done, or the 2 bike meet videos I've done, which was Bentley, which is quite popular, and the Crazy Horse bike night. I will go back to Crazy Horse for the other bike night in October, the last one, when they have the Wall of Death there as well, and I'm sure it's going to be packed, but it does depend on the weather. The other thing we've got coming up is the Cop Dock motorcycle show at the beginning of October. I'll be going to that, and obviously for me it'd be great to catch up with Cam Rider, who helped me through to get my license. All the guys at Cam Rider are brilliant, especially the one in Ipswich that I used. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, so much for subscribing. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will speak to you all in the next video.